Well, good evening, good people and Eagle fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I'm going to say it's kind of crazy because it is 65 degrees right now, and I don't think it's hit 70 degrees today. And just 2 days ago, it was a heat wave, 95 degrees. The temperature has dropped 30 degrees. 30 degrees in 2 days. As a matter of fact, I'll say in one day, because it was in the 90s yesterday. Things change so fast sometimes in life. And it seems like the Micah Parsons situation has gone from 0 to 1,000 overnight. Since Terry McLaurin went out and said, you know what, I'm here, but trade me. There is, as far as the Cowboys are concerned, as I last checked, nothing from no statement from the Cowboys. But I can guarantee you that the Cowboys have the opinion that we're not trading Micah Parsons. We're just not. I would love to know, though, what they are thinking right now. If they're having a sense of urgency and saying, let's go ahead and end this thing, we've had our fun, or what. Now, what I will say is everybody is going crazy. You got the Commanders saying, oh man, Q is his guy. Q is his guy. He loves Dan Quinn. Commanders, go get him. Now, they're in a dispute with their own guy. They're not paying Terry McLaurin. Okay. You've got the Seattle Seahawks out there saying Adrian Durden was the defensive line coach. Get him in Seattle. That's where people are trying to connect the dots and stuff and saying these are spaces. Now, teams allegedly are saying they don't expect the Cowboys to trade him, but they're making phone calls nonetheless to say, is it possible? Eagle fans, they're dreaming about Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith and everybody else with Micah Parsons. As much as they say Micah Parsons sucks, everybody is in on trying to get Micah Parsons. But here's what I'm going to tell you. On a day that the Cowboys re-signed La'el Collins, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I don't know the details of the contract because everybody's been talking about Micah Parsons. Here's what I will tell you is this is a continuation of tools that the players have. One of the tools the players always have, or at least in recent years, and maybe it's finally gotten worn out, was unfollowing the team on social media. Oh my God, they're no longer following the team. They're not a fan of the team. They want out. How many times have we seen that happen? Yeah. I'm unfollowing the team. Okay. Now, understand, it's like anything. Anything you do, you get used to. So you have to take it to the next step. So if, first time you had a drink, 1 or 2 drinks got you drunk. No, you've been drinking for 10 years. Now you got to drink a 12-pack to get yourself drunk because you've built up a tolerance to it. And I think everybody has built up a tolerance to unfollowing. Nobody gets bent out of shape. It's like, okay, they want a new contract. They're going through. They're unfollowing. This is big news. Okay, so the next escalation is showing up for camp so you don't get fined, but holding in. And we've seen Terry McLaurin finally showed up. Micah was the first one to show up without the contract and was holding in. Then Terry McLaurin came in. Then Trey Henderson came in because all of them realized we're losing $50,000 a day. And here's the problem for the players is they don't really have a recourse. If they actually have a contract, there's nothing they can do about it other than protest. Now here's where Micah Parsons is great as far as his mental IQ and negotiating. He's learned how to beat the Joneses at their own game. Because typically, Jerry Jones started this whole thing out with saying, I shouldn't have paid Trey Lance. Maybe I paid Trey Lance and Terrence Steele too soon. And people go, well, yeah, Terrence Steele ain't been playing that great, bro. Maybe you're right. And Diggs, man, he was injured last year. He was injured the year before. Yeah, man, maybe you're right. And you pay Jerry, you pay Micah, that same thing could happen. And he's trying to point out, well, look, he missed 6 games. He didn't miss 6, he missed 4. So he was still all pro and still had 12.5 sacks. Still, with the injuries, still doing something only one other person has done to start a career. And so the thing is, in a court of law, you've got to make the argument and put yourself in the best light. Micah Parsons outlined it perfectly. Now Jerry Jones tries to say, well, we had a deal. Well, we had a deal. No, you thought you had a deal. But Micah Parsons is savvy enough to know, I'm not doing this by myself. I remember Randy Gregory in here with his agent, and you tried to screw him over by putting clauses in there that basically would say that if something happens, we can retroactively get your pay. Not just the year that you screwed up in, the year before where maybe you were all pro, for example, if that had happened. And so you have to understand, it's like saying, well, big business will take care of the people. Oh, of course. They always have our back, which is like DuPont Chemical down here. DuPont Chemical, yeah, they polluted the South River. There's still mercury in it. You can't eat the fish in there. Because big business, of course, they're going to do the right thing. Yeah, and just like billionaire NFL owners, they're going to do right by the players because, of course, they always do right by the players. You see how all of them are just whole after they leave the NFL. And so Micah Parsons understands that just because they said we got a deal, I need to go by my agent. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's the law. Now, real scheme of things, Cowboys don't have to do jack. They don't have to do jack crap. They can just sit here and take the shots from the media. They can understand that Micah Parsons will be pissed off, but Micah Parsons understands that if I don't play in games, I'm losing a game check every week. I'm losing $1.25 million every game that I don't play. And I'm losing $50,000 a day for every day I don't practice. It starts to add up real quick. So, Cowboys, I'd like to be a fly on the wall right now and see what their reaction is. Because I would like to know if they're scrambling now because they miscalculated on Micah Parsons' resolve. If they're kind of like all of a sudden like, damn, he ended up making the perfect argument that makes us look like ass. Or what? We'll see. I've got a live stream at 9 o'clock. Thank you, Cowboys, for giving me something to talk about. I got Leo over here, laughing at us. We got everybody laughing at us. Everybody's laughing at us saying, how could you screw that one up? You are idiots. And it's kind of hard for me to disagree. So I cooked some shrimp fried rice and made myself a great salad because all you people said, you need to relax. You need to take it easy. You work too hard. You're going to work yourself in the ground. Hey, come here. Come here. Smack yourself. Shut up. Here's what I know. I left and went on vacation, and I wasn't out busting my ass like I usually do, and I came back 6 pounds heavier. So yeah, for me, relaxing. If I just relax every day, it won't be long before I'm 350. So I got to get back to busting my ass so I can lose some weight, so I can live longer. And I'm going to tell you, my mom, who's 84 years old, can still climb a ladder up onto the 2nd floor. She gardens every day. She cans vegetables. She is always on the go. And I bet you she can do more than your young ass can do. Why? Because she's not sitting around every day relaxing. Yeah, it's like that. Have a good day, good people. and I appreciate y'all. Peace.